The Lost City of Eldara. The dense jungle loomed ahead, an unbroken sea of emerald stretching toward the horizon. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and the calls of unseen creatures. Dr. Elias Carter adjusted his wide-brimmed hat and took a deep breath, steadying himself for what lay ahead. He had spent years chasing rumors, scouring ancient texts, and deciphering cryptic maps. Now, at long last, he was on the verge of discovering the fabled Lost City of Eldara. Elias wasn't alone in his quest. His team consisted of seasoned adventurers: Isla Vance, skilled archaeologist with a sharp wit and sharper instincts; Marco Velasquez, a burly ex-soldier whose loyalty was as unwavering as his strength; and Yara Patel, a brilliant linguist capable of unraveling the most enigmatic inscriptions. Together, they had trekked through unforgiving terrain. Their journey fought with peril, but nothing had deterred them yet. Their latest lead had come from a weathered manuscript unearthed in a forgotten monastery deep in the Andes. It spoke of a hidden valley, veiled by perpetual mist, where an ancient civilization had thrived, untouched by time. The manuscript described an Obsidian obelisk standing at the entrance of Eldara, its inscriptions holding the key to the city's secrets. "We're close," Isla murmured, brushing a damp strand of hair from her face. "The valley should be just beyond this ridge." Marco surveyed the surroundings with a soldier's practiced gaze. "Let's move carefully. We don't know what else might be out there." Yara nodded, clutching her journal filled with hastily describbled notes. "The last record of an expedition searching for Eldara is over a century old," she reminded them. "They vanished without a trace." Elias felt a thrill of excitement, mixed with apprehension. He had studied those accounts meticulously: teams lost to treacherous landscapes, mysterious illnesses, and something else. Something unexplainable. The group pressed forward, hacking through thick vegetation until they reached a sheer cliffside below. Mist swirled like a living entity, concealing whatever lay beneath. Elias felt his pulse quicken. This was it. Marco anchored a rope, and one by one they descended. As their feet touched the ground, the mist began to thin, revealing towering ruins, their stone surfaces covered in intricate carvings depicting celestial bodies and deities unknown to modern history. In the center stood an obsidian obelisk, exactly as the manuscript had described. Yara rushed forward, fingers tracing the glyphs. "This language predates anything I've ever seen," she breathed. "But I think it's some sort of warning." A low rumble echoed through the ruins. "Tell me that was just the wind," Marco rumored, tightening his grip on his machete. Before Yara could answer, the ground trembled. From the shadows of the ruin emerged figures clad in elaborate ceremonial armor, their eyes glowing an eerie blue. "They were never lost," Isla whispered, stepping back. "They've been here all along." The guardians of Eldara had awoken. Elias raised his hands, hoping to show they meant no harm, but the warriors advanced with measured, deliberate steps. Suddenly, the obelisk began to glow, a pulsating light radiating outward. The inscriptions rearranged themselves before Yara's eyes, forming new patterns. "It's a trial," she realized. "We have to prove ourselves." The first guardian raised a weapon, a spear tipped with gleaming obsidian, and lunged at Marco. He barely dodged, rolling across the moss-covered stones. Isla drew a flare gun and fired it into the air, the red light illuminating the ruins. Guardians hesitated, their eyes locking onto Elias. Elias stepped forward, his heart pounding. "We seek knowledge, not destruction," he declared, his voice steady. He pointed to the obelisk. "We've come to understand your wisdom." The warriors halted. A moment of silence stretched, thick with tension, before one of the guardians. A figure in elaborate gold and jade armor spoke in a deep, resonant voice. "Prove your worth." The ground beneath them shifted, revealing an intricate maze. The team had no choice but to enter. Traps triggered at every turn, spiked walls, collapsing floors, fire jets. Relying on their combined skills, they navigated through, each member contributing. Marco's quick reflexes, Isla's sharp intuition, and Yara's ability to decipher the symbols guiding their way, and Elias's unwavering determination. At the heart of the labyrinth, they found a grand chamber with a golden throne. Upon it sat an ancient figure, preserved in time, eyes flickering open as they entered. "You have passed the trials," he intoned. "Eldara shall share its secrets." The ruins began to glow with ancient energy, revealing hidden passages, murals depicting lost history, and treasure trove of knowledge that could rewrite civilization's understanding of the past. Yet, their journey was not over. The city itself seemed alive, shifting as if testing their resolve. As they explored deeper, they uncovered a vast underground library filled with scrolls, artifacts, and mechanical devices far beyond their understanding. Yara deciphered more inscriptions, learning of an ancient force that once protected Eldara. It warned of a darkness that had been sealed away, a power that should never be awakened. But as the team pressed forward, something stirred deep within the city. A doorway, untouched for centuries, creaked open, revealing a cavernous hall lined with statues, guardians who had long since turned to stone. A guttural growl echoed through the chamber, and a shadowy entity began to form. The legend spoke of a force that had nearly destroyed Eldara in ages past, sealed away by the ancestors. Now, it was waking once more. Elias knew they had little time. "We have to stop it," he said urgently. The guardians who had once tested them now stood by their side, ready to fight. A battle unlike anything they had ever faced began. Flames, shadows, and magic clashing in a desperate struggle for survival. Through sheer will and intelligence, the team deciphered the final inscription on the obelisk, the key to sealing the darkness that lay in an ancient chant. A ritual that required absolute unity. Standing together, their voices merged with the ancient words, sending a blinding light through the chamber. With an anguished roar, the darkness was sealed once more. The city of Eldara, now safe, glowed with renewed energy, as if grateful to its newfound protectors. As dawn broke, Elias and his team stood at the edge of Eldara, knowing they had uncovered something extraordinary. They had not only found the lost city, but had earned its guardians' respect and ensured its survival. With reverence and triumph in their hearts, they stepped forward, ready to unveil the mysteries of Eldara to the world. But as they left the ruins behind, Elias couldn't shake the feeling that their journey was far from over. The obelisk's glow pulsed faintly, as if whispering a new secret, waiting to be heard. Eldara had many mysteries yet to reveal, and some, perhaps, were best left undiscovered. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what kind of video you want me to cover next. Cheers.